Hello YouTube, welcome to yet another new video. So, I apologise for not having uploaded in a little while. Just needed to, once I'd burned through all my pre-recorded videos, I just needed to take a bit of time off, focus on a few other things in life. My upload schedule's probably going to still be a little bit irregular for the time being because I'm quite busy. But I've got quite a few good video ideas coming, and I hope you're looking forward to seeing them. So today I'm going to go through what I think are the 10 most hated die-cast in the cars main line and why. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're going to go from the countdown from 10 to 1. So number 10, bit of a wild card. However, I've chosen to put Road Trip Lightning McQueen here, and I say that because when he first came out, a lot of people weren't happy that he looked so much like the original Cars 3 Lightning McQueen. And when the 2023 variant of Road Trip Lightning McQueen came out, everyone jumped on the bandwagon for that one. They've just sort of left this McQueen in the dust, and he doesn't sell well at all in the stores, from my point of view. So, that's why I think Road Trip Lightning McQueen is at number 10. Now, at number 9, we have Doug Crinkle. When Mattel released Doug Crinkle earlier this year, they got the colour wrong. He's supposed to be green, not grey. And this has caused mass backlash amongst the fan base and has even led to some people not buying the diecast. Very few people, if anyone, I could tell you, are happy. I have no complaints about Doug Crinkle's colour being wrong. Now, for number 8 and 7, I wasn't really sure what to do, but I've decided to put Sandy rust-eze Racing Center Light McQueen and Sandy Cruz Ramirez in this spot. When their 4-pack was released in 2017, I don't feel as if it was marketed very well. They were new releases, and even though they were not, very few people bought them. It's just they've ended up fading into obscurity over time. It was the 4-pack peg warmed massively when it was released. And they're very similar to their original diecast, so I can see why not many people would have bought them. Now, again, this one's a bit of a wild card, but I've decided to put the 2022 NASCAR Lightning McQueen in at number 6. I can understand why they changed him because they were changing all the rims for the other NASCAR diecasts. Well, they were putting these new rims on Bubba Wheelhouse and Rowdy Revan Bush. However, overall, this was a very unpopular diecast, especially compared to the original NASCAR Lightning McQueen. This ended up peg warming quite a bit, from what I'm aware. So, again, a lot of people didn't buy this one because of his similarities to the original. Now, coming in at number 5, we have Trainer Cruz Ramirez. When she was first released, Mattel marketed her extremely poorly. Exact same artwork as regular Cruz Ramirez, flipped around in the blister, so you could barely see the microphone side of her. Again, this caused mass backlash amongst the fans. When they re-released her a year later in 2021, they had her flipped around the right way and new updated artwork. And even then, she still peg warmed a fair bit. Because in her 2020 release, it was just commonly assumed that people weren't buying her because of how much she looked like, because of Mattel making out like it was regular Cruz Ramirez, but I would have no idea why why the 2021 release was so widely just left in the dust. And technically, a little gripe we have with her is that she's inaccurate. She has the wrong decals on the side. These were put on after she joined Team Lightning McQueen. She only had the earpiece on before. Now, coming in at number 4, we have Lizzy with radio. Don't have the radio, so here's just regular Lizzy. Now, was, from what I gathered, she was fairly sought after in her 2020 re-release in the Walk on the Radiator Springs line, when she was first released in the 10 pack in 2016. The 10 or an 11 pack, can't remember which. Again, it caused mass backlash from the fans. Most people just didn't buy the pack, and it ended up being fairly easy to find for quite a while. And those that did were very reluctant having to buy it for just the radio accessory. You know, granted, it's better than the 11 packs they released nowadays. At least that had new accessory. The 11 packs nowadays just don't have anything. Yes, that's why I put Lizzy with radio in at number 4. Extremely unpopular amongst fans in the initial release in 2016. Now for number 3, I put Tar Light McQueen. Number 2 is Bugmouth Light McQueen. And these are probably interchangeable, to be honest, but because of how similar they are to the original Light McQueen is why they're so popular amongst the fan base. No expression changes, no nothing, just addition of the tar and the bugs. Also to paint the extra bit of white in on his mouth to make it look like his teeth were closed on Bugmouth, but that was it. Bugmouth McQueen's initial release was inaccurate, no rust-eze on the spoiler, although I don't think the fans really cared about that. That was later corrected in his 2021 and 22 re-releases. The one saving grace is that they've always had different artwork, unlike Trainer Cruz Ramirez. But even still, last year, Bugmouth Light McQueen ended up being quite easy to find. We didn't peg warm per se, but he ended up being quite easy to find. Yes, that's my placements for the 2 runner-ups. Now, number 1, this might be quite a controversial take. But this is the car that I think is the most despised, hated car in the entirety of the hobby. Number 1, we have Shizaki. I have never seen as much hate for a singular car as I have for her. The amount of Facebook posts from angry mothers and collectors you see complaining about how many Shizakis are peg warming is absurd. The amount of Shizakis, even, like, you walk into a store and you'll see dozens. Okay, my local Target for a while had a dozen Shizakis, and the only other cars they had were a Derek Williams and a Timothy 2-stroke. Many stores will have half a dozen Shizakis at once, even, or have a few Shizakis and no other cars. The Shizaki is easily one of the worst peg warmers in years, and the hate for her, at least over here in Australia, is undisputable. Like, there is an absurd amount of hate coming her way. So that is my pick for number 1. Now I'm curious to see what your guys' opinions are. Do you agree with my... Do you agree with my opinions? Do you disagree? I haven't counted... For this list, I haven't counted I don't include die-casts that were initially errors but were later fixed, such as Terry Cargas, Cars 3 Pawn Ship Wipeout. Yeah, let's get a discussion going in the comments. I'm quite curious to see what your guys' opinions are. Maybe there's some die-casts you think should have made it onto this list. Maybe there are some that shouldn't have made it onto this list. Yeah, so that's it for the video. So thank you all for watching, and please remember to like, subscribe, comment, favourite and share. And I'll see you all in the very next video.